What's up YouTube? This is iPhone Modder today, and I'm going to be talking about the new iPad 2, which was actually announced today by Apple, and it was in San Francisco, California, where they held the keynote, and Steve Jobs did attend, and he did announce some things. So now let's just go check it out. So right now we're on apple.com, and the front page greets you by saying iPad 2, thinner, lighter, faster, FaceTime, smart covers, and 10-hour battery life. And down here just says some things about iOS 4.3, and if you want, you can come watch this keynote, which has Steve Jobs in it, and I will talk about the software update in a couple of minutes. So I just want to tell you some things about the iPad 2 before I get in depth. So the iPad 2 actually now does come in white and black. It is starting at $499, and the remainder of the prices are the same for the Wi-Fi and 3G models, and it comes in 16 gigabytes, 32 gigabytes, and 64 gigabytes. There's a GSM and CDMA version, GSM of course being for AT&T, and CDMA of course being for Verizon. So it is going to actually be released in stores on March 11th, 2011. So be sure to go to your local Apple store if you want to pick one of these babies up. So now let's get an in-depth review on this. First, we're going to go and look at what is new. So it says that the iPad is now 33% thinner and up to 15% lighter, and they say you will feel the difference when you pick it up. It does have a dual-core A5 chip, which is the chip that I predicted in my previous predictions video. And dual core means that you can play a lot more games faster and with better graphics. And while doing all of this, they still managed to maintain the 10-hour battery life, which I think is amazing. And the most long-awaited thing, there is 2 cameras on this thing, FaceTime and HD video. Of course, HD video being the one on the back. It does not say how many megapixels the camera on the back is, but you can take still images up to 5x zoom, 5 times zoom of course, and it is in 720p HD at 30 frames per second. The VGA camera in the front is VGA obviously, and it is used for FaceTime, and it takes VGA quality video, still images, and up to 30 frames per second, excuse me. And here's a smart cover, and I'll be getting way more in depth to that later on in the video. So now let's see features. I already went over actually most of them, and here it says 33% thinner and 15% lighter. Okay, here's some I did not go over. So dual core A5 chip allows for super fast graphics, up to 9 times better graphics. So that means you can play way better games. Hopefully developers like the developer of Infinity Blade will be able to make way cooler games that you can play only on the iPad, or hopefully some other iDevices being released this summer. And that is extraordinary. And with all this, like I mentioned before, there is a 10-hour battery life. And here are the 2 cameras. Okay? The back-facing one is depicted here, and the front-facing one is depicted here. And actually, if you notice down here, there's a speaker grill, and the edges are kind of curved, as you can see. This model being showcased right now is a black iPad, and I'll show you the white one in 1 second. So it just says HD, as you can see here, and it just gives you some minor things about it. Then here's a smart cover, which I will get to later, and as you can see, this is the new white iPad. On both of the models, the back is still aluminum silver, so don't expect that to change for this one. They say that the LED backlight display is more better, so probably a better viewing angle, 178 degrees they say. It uses display technology called in-plane switching, has remarkably crisp and vivid and bright colors. So we'll just have to see how that plays out. Then you got your multi-touch, iOS 4, and of course here AT&T and Verizon. So that's pretty cool. And here's another picture of the white iPad. As you can see, it is very thin compared to before. And you got your gyro, accelerometer, and compass sensors. And there's some features to AirPlay, which I'll get to later on in the video. So now we're just going to look at the built-in apps. There is actually some new apps. So first off, we have FaceTime, obviously. So now you'll be able to communicate with other iPad 2s, iPhone 4s, new iPod Touches, or even Mac over Wi-Fi. So now every single new iDevice and Apple device is connected through this network of FaceTime. So I think it's really cool. So anyone else who has a new updated MacBook or Apple device, you can do FaceTime and video chat over Wi-Fi. And this, I think, is really cool. Photo Booth has now come to a portable device. Photo Booth is now on the iPad too, and you can pretty much do everything you would be able to do on the MacBook, but now on your iPad. So I think that's a pretty cool addition. And everything else is generally the same, and I'll go over some new additions right now. So now there's some new apps you can get from the App Store, such as iMovie. I think this is really cool. As you can see right here, iMovie is way bigger to fit the iPad 2 screen. In my opinion, the one on iPhone 4 is very good, but the thing is that not everything's available at one site. You have to click something and then it gives you the next option stuff. On the iPad 2, in my opinion, everything is available at one site. So it's pretty much like the iMac or MacBook where you can just see everything at a glance and just edit right there and get details on your edits. And especially with the touchscreen interface, not having to use a mouse, hopefully it's responsive, which I believe it is. It'll be a lot faster and a lot more snappier. And there is one more built-in app, I believe, and it is GarageBand. So GarageBand has the drum set, guitar, and piano, as you can see here, and you can record with these, and you can mix them together and make your own song. So that's pretty cool, I think. And of course, you have iBooks, Keynote, Pages, Numbers, and these three are Apple's versions of Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, and Microsoft PowerPoint. So now let's move on to the technical specifications. So the iPad 2 is 9.5 inches by 7.31 inches, has a home button, front facing camera, sleep wake button, all this stuff. It is 0.34 inches thin, and there's Wi-Fi 3G model, which I already went over. It weighs 1.33 pounds, and it is available in all of these capacities, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 2.1 plus EDR technology, AT&T and Verizon. Let's see, has a A5 chip, which is Apple's newest powerful chip. It runs at 1 gigahertz, dual core, and it is a low power system. Back-facing camera, like I already mentioned. Again, if you want to see any of these specs that I'm not mentioning, you can come to apple.com/iPad/specs and check them out yourself. So power and battery, it is a built-in 25 watt-hour rechargeable lithium polymer battery. Up to 10 hours of surfing the web on Wi-Fi, charging via power adapter or USB to the computer system. I don't believe you could have connected to the USB via computer system to charge it before. It would have just maintained its charge but not give you additional charge. I'm not 100% sure because I don't own an iPad, but I believe that was the case, and that is very cool how you can do this now. You got your 30-pin dock connector port, and yeah, that's pretty much the basics of it. So now I'm going to be talking about the iPad smart cover. So this is kind of like a bumper, except it's pretty cool in my opinion. They say it looks great and even better moves. So it can act as a stand, kind of. And I'm just going to read to you what it says. This might be kind of boring, but just bear with me. iPad 2 is thin, sleek, and flat out amazing. So why hide it in a bulky case? The slim yet sturdy smart cover protects your iPad screen without covering up its durable aluminum back. So your iPad still looks and feels like an iPad, just with a little extra protection. Even better, the smart cover doubles as a perfect movie watching, game playing, web surfing, do-it-all companion. It folds into all the right places so that you can quickly create a stand that holds iPad upright, or one that lets you tilt the iPad into comfortable typing position. And I'm just not going to read the rest. And it says, and if you want to shoot some HD video on the fly, the smart cover folds in half to expose the back-facing camera. Now that's something to smile about. And I'm just gonna, this is pretty cool actually that you can do this. It just shows you how you can kind of bend the iPad 2's case, and you can put it under here like that. So that's like the whole design of it pretty much, and I'm gonna read to you about this magnetic case. It can act as a keyboard stand, FaceTime, and video stand, as shown here. That's pretty handy, I got to say, depending on how much it costs. Okay, so it says magnetic attraction. I'm going to read this whole thing, so just bear with me. When the smart cover and iPad get together, you can't help but notice an instant connection. That's because we designed iPad to work with the smart cover and the other way around. For starters, iPad has magnets built into its frame, magnets that align perfectly with the smart cover hinge for an effortless fit. On the opposite side, magnets inside the smart cover help it stay put. It's ingenious yet simple, secure yet easy to remove. In fact, the smart cover and iPad work so well together, it's easy to think of them as one device. So this is actually a cool feature I'm about to show you. An on again, off again relationship. The smart cover makes iPad do things no other cover can. Close it and iPad automatically goes to sleep. Open it and iPad instantly wakes up. No need to press any buttons. The smart cover doesn't just protect the iPad, it keeps it ready to go whenever you are. That is pretty cool, I've got to say. So what it's saying is when the iPad cover, I'm actually going to show you on this. When it's like this, it's like, let's say you have it out, you're doing a typing right here, right? Then when you want to put it back, you fold it back, and the second it lands like this, it goes to sleep. So you don't have to press the sleep wake button. Then the second you go like that, it comes back. So you don't have to press the home button. That's pretty convenient, I've got to say. So that's pretty much all there is for this case. And now, Apple has announced the new features for iOS 4.3, guys. Sorry this video is running very long, but there's so many things to cover. I don't want to miss anything, and I promise you guys an in-depth review on this. So please just bear with me. So it says iOS 4.3 software update, AirPlay enhancements. Get even more play out of AirPlay, the wireless technology that lets you stream content from your iPhone, iPad, or iPod Touch to your HD TV via Apple TV. In addition to music, movies, and photos, AirPlay now streams videos from your Photos app, so you can shoot a home video and instantly share it with everyone in the room. Even AirPlay-enabled apps and websites get the big screen treatment with iOS 4.3. And if your photos are the feature presentation, you can play a slideshow, and with all the stunning themes available on Apple TV. So basically before, when iOS 4.2 came out, basically all AirPlay feature could do was just play pretty much just movies you bought from the iTunes store. That was pretty much it, in music and no photos or anything. But now you can actually go in your Photos app, take any photos, take any shot videos that you shot yourself, and there is actually some supported apps apparently that you can connect, so you can be playing games on your TV from your iDevice, which I think is very cool. Let's see what else we got. Apparently Safari performance is now faster, and it runs on a new Nitro JavaScript engine powering Safari. And apparently JavaScript, which is one of the main internet formats, loads up to 2 times faster, and that is great because I remember not loading too fast. Okay, this is pretty cool, and I'm sure a lot of jailbreaking apps do this, but now it is official. iTunes Home Sharing, share over the air. Now you can play your entire iTunes library from anywhere in the house. If it's on your Mac or PC, you can play on your iPhone, iPad, or iPod Touch over a shared Wi-Fi network. And not just music, watch a movie or TV show, play a podcast, or listen to an audiobook on whichever device you want without having to sync or download. So if your PC or Mac is connected to Wi-Fi, then you can connect your iDevice to the Wi-Fi if you're running on iOS 4.3 and just pretty much stream whatever content you have on your iTunes to your iDevice without having to wirelessly sync it or without having to sync it with a USB cable. So that's pretty cool, and that I'm sure that can be integrated with AirPlay too. And of course, for you iPad fans, the iPad side switch is now optional. You can have silent or screen rotation lock for this side switch right here. In iOS 4.2, they did change that to mute lock, a silent switch. So now you have the option for silent switch or screen rotation lock. And now, without having to jailbreak, you get a personal hotspot for iPhone 4 only. Of course, this is already available on Verizon, as most of you know, but for you AT&T fanboys, which I don't think there should be any, but for you guys who have AT&T and have an iPhone 4, you can now get personal hotspot, and it supports up to 5 devices. Does not specify the range, but you can do over Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and USB. That is pretty cool, but it does not specify how much the monthly charge will be, but hopefully not too much, probably $20 a month. So yeah, guys, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much. I was actually thinking of doing a giveaway, but first I need to get a lot more subscribers because I only have like what, like 13 or 15 or something. So guys, please subscribe, like this video. Tell me if you're gonna get the iPad too, because I think I might actually get it. Tell me if you're gonna get it. Tell me if you like it. Tell me if you think Apple missed anything. And overall, if you guys got any good information from this, please like the video and subscribe. This is iPhone Modder out.